America Meditating Radio Show, we collect wisdom, inspire each other, and empower hearts 24/7. Hi, I'm Sister Jenna. Join me and guest on Blog Talk Radio as we amplify stories that compel us to be more for ourselves and everyone else around us. Do you like to meditate? Have you tried to meditate? Have you struggled with meditation? Why don't you visit one of the Brahma Kumaris Meditation Center? Visit brahmakumaris.org.
Blaylock Dialysis Center is a convenient state-of-the-art dialysis center in the Houston area, run by Dr. Panakin Patel. Relax in a comfortable environment while receiving quality care. Serving adults 18 to geriatrics, we are here to help you. Call 713-463-6611 for more information, or visit us at our website at www.blaylockdialysiscenter.com. Blaylock Dialysis Center, where helping you get well is our priority.
The Meditation Museum in Silver Spring, Maryland offers a variety of courses and activities to make your life go a whole lot smoother. Located at 9525 Georgia Avenue, you will be able to experience the beautiful silence that's in the space. There are courses in Raj Yoga meditation, positive thinking, stress-free living, and personal development classes. For more information, call us at 301-588-0144 or visit us online at meditationmuseum.org.
He went without food, not to lose weight, but to help people lose generations of hate. While many around him rose up with violence, he sat down for peace. When others used religion as an excuse for war, he used it to remind them of love. Mahatma Gandhi made the world a far better place by reaching out with the strength he cultivated within his soul. So, pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
Hello, everyone. This is Sister Jenna from the America Meditating Radio, and I'm excited to introduce to you Meditate the Vote. It's going to be a national campaign, and what we're asking for all of you to join us with is to raise the bar of conversation. Try to see in what way we can change our interpretation about who we are, what we are, and perhaps the direction in which we want this country to go in. Regardless of whoever becomes the next president in 2017, we are still responsible for the way that we want to move our lives. So could you join me and an alliance of friends around the country to meditate the vote? Go to americameditating.org, press on Events, Meditate the Vote, and you'll be able to get a whole bunch of information. So join us, because I, Sister Jenna, meditate the vote.
Hey everybody, it's John Duperrin from Project Forgive. How are you doing? You are in the right place for the highest level of conversation to feed your soul. American Meditating with Sister Jenna. Stay with us.
Look at the one in the mirror.
Welcome, everyone. It's Sister Jenna, and you're listening to America Meditating Radio. We are here live in the Meditation Museum, and we love being here because the world is in such a unique space that it's beautiful to know that we have such a healing environment, a place that can diffuse anger, diffuse our fears, and diffuse our complexity of nature, and which is all beautiful because it's all supposed to happen. I mean, can you imagine if we were all like Disney, just really easy-go-lucky, happy, everything was perfect? I think we would have hung ourselves by now. But what I mean by saying that is that the variety of all the scenes that we encounter in life are gifts, and they are a part of our journey, and they are the unfolding of our stories. We are energies. We are souls. The soul has come with a part to play, whether you want to accept it or not, and every day I get closer to this deeper realization. My script is ingrained in my spirit. There is a story in me that's already pre-recorded because some of the decisions that I make, I wonder, how in the world did I decide to do that? Where was I? What was I thinking? Or is it that we're just governed by the power of the stars? I mean, are these stars really dictating the people that we become, or the decisions that we make, or the thoughts that we have, or the relationships that we attract in our lives or lose in our lives? I don't want to use lose. Say transition. Remember, we got to change this language because we are moving into an age where there will be divinity. I am totally clear on that. What date and time, I'm not clear. but I'm certain that there's no reason for us to always try to move towards betterment if we didn't come from that. If we didn't come from divinity and purity and goodness and love and peace and abundance and beauty, we wouldn't be using the cosmetic industry the way that we do, where it's a multi-billion-dollar tank of money and fortune. People wouldn't be going to get Botox even though they're already good-looking. People wouldn't be investing in the things that they're investing today, running in debt by getting expensive cars but can't put gas or plug it in to get it charged. So there is something in our spirits that says, I know you're better, I know there's more, but what? Did I miss something? Why am I not obedient to the divinity and the goodness that's calling me? What is distracting me? Stay tuned. I'm going to have an incredible conversation with Joni Patry, who I actually found out about on YouTube. And we just had an incredible time just watching some of her astrological readings. But I'm very, very intuitive and very, very sensitive about it. Of course, everyone who comes on the show has a really powerful track record. There's just something in their being that we choose that we think is extremely important for the world to know more about. So don't change that dial, because Joni Patry is going to join us and tell us a lot about astrology, and especially Vedic astrology. But before we get Joni on the air, I want us to do what we do best here, and that's I want to let go of all the stuff. Gosh, what is going to feel like when we're actually free of our vices? No more algae, right? A for anger, L for lust, G for greed, A for attachment, E for ego. Can you imagine? What would you feel like? What would you think? How would you show up in the world if you had no more algae in your being? Well, let's go to my Letting Go track from Off the Grid into the Heart Meditation CD and see how that feels. Breathe in deeply. Om Shanti. The time that we choose to be aware doesn't necessarily require me to just sit and meditate. But even while I walk and move around, I can be in a meditative awareness, which is awareness of the soul, the original, eternal, imperishable being of light. For a little while, I'd like to invite you to be present, to be here, and to be now. Allow your mind to settle in the moment, to relax. This meditation is about awareness. It's about becoming aware of your original and eternal self. It's about connecting to your truth. Let go of your name. And observe yourself feeling nameless. Let go of your gender to discontinue thinking you're a man or a woman. Let it go and observe how you would feel walking around without a gender. Let go of the role that you play and let go of the titles that you own. Observe how you're feeling as you are gradually letting go. Let go of your religion and put it aside just for now. And let go of your nationality and even the language that you're accustomed to. Imagine you have no name, gender, role, title, religion, nationality, or even a language. Ask yourself, how do you feel at this moment? And in this feeling, who would think of you and who would you think of? The Supreme Soul would think of you, and you, the liberated soul, would think of the Supreme. In this state of absolute freedom, I am truly who I am. A free, peaceful, pure, immortal, and eternal soul. Allow yourself to just be absorbed in this awareness. At this time, welcome back, everyone. That was letting go from off the grid into the heart. Doesn't that take you somewhere that you need to live from? At least I know for me it does. It's such an important meditation for me. The America Meditating Radio is proud to welcome Joni Patry. Joni is one of the most recognized teachers and Vedic astrologers in the world and is the founder and director of the Galactic Center. Joni was a faculty member for the American College, Council of Vedic Astrology, and an instructor for online certification programs. She is often the keynote speaker for national and international conferences and has appeared on national television and radio programs as an authority on both Western and Vedic astrology. In 2015, Joni was awarded the Jyotish Star of the Year. She publishes online an astrological magazine entitled Astrologic Magazine, and has an online university for certification, the University of Vedic Astrology. Joni has written several books and articles on the topics of spirituality and astrology, and today we're proud to welcome Joni Patry to the American Meditating Radio. Welcome, Joni.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Can I start off and tell you that I just love you?
My goodness. Thank you. That is so beautiful. I appreciate that wholeheartedly.
Well, I'm in D.C., and I'm very much fortunate enough to be in the trenches of, I guess, some of the most powerful voices and some of the most average voices in the world. And D.C. has a very unique energy. You ever watch Scandal, this television series?
No, I haven't. Tell me about it.
Oh, wow. You've got to start on that one. Well, Scandal is all about the happenings of Washington, D.C., charged with anxiety, fear, anger, deception, power. I mean, it's your kind of television, I think.
Yeah, I guess so, because that is exactly what the world is presenting to us right now.
Exactly, and I'm in the center of it, so you can only imagine the energy that I wake up in and go to bed in every night. So when I came across your video on YouTube of your astrological readings, I fell in love with you then, and I will love you after that even more. What I would love for you to share with our listeners, which are really, really evolutionary thinkers that tune into our show, and people who are also exploring what do they do with their lives. What is it that actually inspired you to get on the path of spirituality and the study of Vedic astrology?
Wow, well, this started really, really early for me, because being in Dallas, Texas, I'll never forget, I was about in second grade or so, and I was watching television. It was November 21st, 1963. And on our black and white TV, I will never forget, Jean Dixon came on, and she explicitly told President Kennedy, do not go to Dallas, Texas, or you will be assassinated. And as a child, I was thinking, what? Why am I seeing this right now? So unconsciously, I just, watched. The very next day, my mother took my sisters out of school to go greet Kennedy as he came to our airport, Love Field at the time. And believe it or not, in the old history clip, you see Kennedy walking down the stairs from the plane, and he walked right into the crowd. And the first people he walked up to was my mother and sisters. You can see it in all the old history clips. Beautiful. And it really touched my soul. And, of course, 30 minutes later, the unspeakable happened. And it always, always haunted me. How did she know? And this started my whole search into spirituality and metaphysics, because I always felt and always knew there was something way beyond the physical. And I wanted to get in touch with what is beyond this world. And it is definitely our soul and the spiritual. And astrology brought me to this realization. I call astrology the divine science, because it is of the divine. The stars, the planets are everything to our self-understanding, as above, so below. It's incredible.
So I think you study or you teach more about the Vedic astrology and Jyotish astrology. What is the difference between Vedic astrology and Western astrology? And can you tell us a little bit more about differences, and how can we learn from either one or the other?
Absolutely. Well, of course, I started with Western astrology because I didn't know there was any different. I just knew, astrology. But come to find out, there is this astrology from India, and one of the oldest references that we can predate is from the Vedas. So in the ancient Indian scriptures, they have references to astrology that date back 3000 BC. And in the Vedas, they refer to astrology as the eyes of the Vedas. Now, this really caught my heart, because what does that represent? But the ability to see into the darkness, because astrology gives us our sight as to understand our purpose, our soul, our essence. So I took the path of wanting to understand more from Vedic astrology, and the big difference is that astrologically, the stars and constellations are constantly moving. And at this point in time, because of precession, the placements of the Western astrology, what they're looking at, is actually shifted back from the placements that they believe are where the planets are. But in reality, if you were to ask an astronomer where are the stars, where are the planets relative to the stars, you would find that it is the Vedic sidereal placements that are the true placements. So you see, this really represents that everything has shifted, and Vedic astrology gives you the true answer of where the planets are relative to the stars. I wanted to know about this more, so I really dedicated my whole learning experience to Vedic astrology, which has opened my eyes to that which is beyond this world. And that was my initial journey and what I thought and what I was seeking. And I found it with Vedic astrology.
Well, I deeply believe that there is some recording inside of our spirits. I believe that we incarnate in our bodies and we play out a part that is recorded in the soul. And whether we believe it or not that we're in charge of our lives, we're in control of our lives, that's fine. I think we can do the best that we can to monitor the way that we express and live our lives. But I do believe that there's something much more divine or something much more ethereal that's governing the influences that we tend to be under. I'm sure that you've been watching the current state of the world because it's an important time that we're in. And I'm sure that you are concerned about the way the world is unfolding and yet optimistic, because when you hold the map to the destination or the map of the journey, it makes you not step into the fear and dismay because there's no surprises. Now, when you go to like an astrologer, they tend to want to know your day that you're born, the time that you're born, and basically maybe where you were born. How do those three main things play out in trying to decode what your karmic journey is in this lifetime? How important are they?
Well, you just named what astrology truly is, because through the day, year, place, and time of your birth, it's a map. It's a map in the heavens. And here we have this eternal map that can tell us what direction, what our path is, what our purpose is. This is so important. And when you follow this map, you will follow your heart's desire. This brings us to a feeling of recognition of our purpose, our soul purpose, and everything is about our spirit and soul. And this is what astrology can truly enlighten in us. You see, in Vedic astrology, there are the houses in the chart. And there's particular houses that are called the moksha houses. And moksha actually means liberation of our soul. So that was what I was seeking. How can we liberate ourselves from the suffering, from what there is out here in the world? And truly, the moksha houses give us this information, because what the moksha houses are relative to are the water signs. Water signs deal with our emotions. So you see, it's our emotional body that can free us and help us liberate our soul. So through feelings, we must feel to process our emotions. And through this process, we're free, letting go of our attachments, letting go of our attachment to our resentments and our fears. This is what's so liberating. This is what astrology is truly about. And you're going to see that through what's happening in the world right now, I say, as above, so below. What we're seeing out there in the sky, these patterns are relative to the reflection of what we need to see and how we can change our lives to better find our spiritual liberation from this world. And you see, right now, we are in such pivotal times. It is so important to see that reflection out there. Everything that's happening is our opportunity for our spiritual growth, because we can see what's being displayed if we truly listen and look at what the signs of the stars are trying to tell us. You see, the universe is always talking to us. It always gives us signs if we pay attention and if we listen.
I want to get right down to it. Who's going to win the election on November 8th?
You know, I don't think it is actually determined yet. I don't.
Uh-huh.
There are so many things that are about to play out right now. That
a lot of drama, with those karmas.
Oh, we haven't seen nothing yet. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's what I see. First of all, talking about the stars, Mars and Saturn are coming together on around August 23rd through the 26th. Something specific will happen that will reveal what we're here to learn. Because you see, they're going to conjoin in the sidereal Vedic chart around 15, 16 degrees of Scorpio. And this degree point is where the fixed star Antares is, and this is the star of war. That's why there's so much violence. That's why there's so much hatred and so much fear coming out right now. And we are here to look at what it is, because I believe all emotion is a process. Anger is an emotion that can teach us so much about ourselves and how we are here to grow spiritually. So this issue of anger is being presented. And more than anything, the truth is about to be revealed, a major truth that we're all here to experience. Boy, are we living in interesting times right now, because as an astrologer, eclipses are one of the most powerful things that can reveal something within ourselves, both globally and personally. You see, a solar eclipse, which, by the way, will happen September 1st, a solar eclipse is when the light is blotted out, and by that symbology, it's time for us to see in the darkness what is to be revealed about ourselves and about our world. And this is about to come out. And so everything in this political election is a reflection of something within ourselves. It's like our shadow side, as they call it. What is it within ourselves we are supposed to see in this darkness? And through seeing this, we can take this information and unblock so many things in our own personal life and therefore in the world. So how can we on a personal level change what's going on? By becoming conscious, becoming aware, and seeing what the stars are about to reveal for us. So the truth is about to be revealed on many levels in this political election, in terms of not only here in America, but globally in the world, because we're global now. It's not just, our country, it's the world. Yeah. So many things about the controls that really control our media and control what we're being presented and seen. The truth will be revealed. And this is powerful, and it's beautiful, because we can use this for our own spiritual growth, and that boils back down to everything that we're here for. And that's what I like to use astrology for, to really see our truth. And as I say, as above, so below, what's being out there is a major reflection of what is within us. So we want to know the truth. So what do we attract? We attract a candidate that says anything and everything that's on his mind, as outrageous as it may seem, but we attracted that. We wanted that, believe it or not.
I totally get that. I started a campaign, Joni, on May 1st called Meditate the Vote, because of the interesting vibration that we're witnessing. And, everybody who's so secular-minded is like, what does that mean? This guy's like that. She's like this. I go, stop. That's you.
Yes.
That's you. They are simply representing the things within you that you don't like and you need to clear out. And they're also representing things that you feel are of value to you. And so the more you knock them down is the more you're knocking yourself down. And that's exactly where you're going to end up, on the floor. And so I completely salute the way that you have addressed this current times, because we are being signaled to wake ourselves up. And perhaps, Joni, maybe what we're reaching is this leveraging act, the all, the neutral, that we all are children of God. Somebody will call you names, and yesterday I was telling my friends that, so-and-so, they say this about you, or so-and-so says you're that, you're not good, you're that, but I'm God's child. Right? So then Mary Jane says, you're a crook, you're a criminal, you don't believe her, she's crazy. But I'm God's child. I don't know who to believe. You say I'm not good. God says I'm his child. Who am I supposed to believe here? So I think that perhaps with all of this darkness that we're witnessing in our narrative, that we are being called, as you said, to a spiritual understanding. Who am I? Where do I come from? Who do I belong to? And as a result, how must I behave on this planet? As it is in heaven, you said, up below, so shall it be down below. So maybe we're actually getting signal through the stars and through the charts that we're moving towards a golden age where people just have their own self-respect and self-value. Would you say?
I absolutely agree. This is like we're dawning on the age of Aquarius, and this is going to be ultimate understanding. And through all of these things that we're seeing, we are being directed to want to know the truth, and the truth is within us, and it's about understanding ourselves as those mirrors, and our shadows are being reflected, as you're saying. We're going to find the truth. The universe will always create that which brings balance, and this is part of nature. This is part of the stars. This is part of our universe, and no matter how chaotic the world looks right now, balance is being restored by all of these things. We're right on the cusp of a major transformation, and I'm excited to be part of these times, to be honest with you, Jenna.
Me too, Joni. Yeah. And it was interesting because I tweeted today, my latest quote was, if I'm true to myself, I will be true to others or with others. And my truth doesn't have to be the perfect expression of who I am, but my truth is to convey to you, this is the way that I'm feeling, and this is the emergence of my story. And as a result of it being the emergence of my story, I accept it. And the importance of all of us together, accepting each other's stories and seeing in what best way we can help each other through our own transformation. Joni Patry, I want to thank you for your guidance. I'm Pisces, by the way. I'm a water sign. I can't wait to hear what you have to tell me about who I am. So...
Well, I consider Pisces to be the most compassionate of all, so that really that figures with seeing your work and what you do.
Yeah, I'm actually exactly where I'm supposed to be doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. Mm-hmm. My wonderful producer just said no. So I don't know what that meant, but she's Sagittarius. She doesn't really get it, and I get that. Anyway, Joni Patry, tell me, is there anything coming up for you in the horizon that our listeners need to know? Are you on travel, tour? Is there an event, a conversation, anything online that you're offering your community that our friends can join you and support you?
Well, I love to travel, and I'm always going to a different city every month to spread the word, to spread my message. And in September, I will be in San Francisco. The following month, I will be at a huge conference, the ESAR conference in October, which is going to be in Orange County, California. And normally I go to Turkey, Istanbul, twice a year to teach. But as I have been making major predictions for their country, things are about to change dramatically in Turkey. And I often tell people this is a focal point in our world, on our global level that will bring, I think this is where the greatest darkness and the greatest light emerges together. And there's going to be a very spiritual revelation that comes out of Turkey. It is the most profound. I love my Turkish people. But because I can't travel so much, if you know what I mean, to Turkey right now, I started this past year, at the beginning of 2016, a university where I get to do my passion, which is teach. I absolutely love teaching Vedic astrology. And I started the university, which is online, and my students are from around the world. It's called University of VedicAstrology.com. And what it is I have 6 semesters, 8 weeks each, where people look at a video that teaches different aspects of Vedic astrology. Yes, they have to take exams if they want, and they can achieve a certification in this study. But for many, they just want to learn. So there's the option just to purchase and look at the videos to learn Vedic astrology, but it's so much fun. I'm so blessed and lucky to be able to follow my path and my destiny and do what I love to do every day.
Congratulations. Kudos to you for that. Leave us with the best vision for Joni's life, a vision that would transcend to our country in America and the world to make it a better place. What's your best vision for you?
To be conscious, to be aware, to be open to the truth, because many times we think we know the truth, but it's all misconstrued with our past beliefs and our past. But to clear ourselves from the past, not let our past dictate our future anymore, to be able to see the truth and to open to the reality of what it is that can bring us to the point where we can expand awareness and connect to all that is, because we are all one. We all want the same thing, and that is to be able to connect, love, and be compassionate for everyone, to bring everyone together in a unity and an understanding of the divine purpose of why we are all here, and that's to realize our oneness, because we're all separate here. But that is not our natural tendency. Our natural tendency is unity, and when we can separate from that duality and become the oneness, that is when we're going to find our bliss and our joy, and I believe that's why we're here.
Beautifully said. Joni Patry, thank you so much for joining us on America Meditating Radio.
Thank you.
Lots of wisdom. Wasn't that amazing? I love that astrology stuff, but I love her vibe behind it. You know, sometimes we get individuals who do it in a way that it's so flu-flu, you can't interpret it, but I really appreciated the way that Joni conveys it. So if there are going to be a lot of interesting changes, what do we do and how do we prepare for it? Well, you definitely, if you're in the metropolitan area, come by here so we can make sure we look out for you and make you powerful. But try to find a regular routine, a disciplined routine. When you get up in the morning, spend 10, 20 minutes in your inner solitude, in your stillness, so that your stillness can signal to you the touchings, the clarity of your, I would say, preordained story, but don't know our story. We're living it out. But take some more mental silence. Take some more inner silence. Second thing is, please begin this mental practice of sending good wishes and pure feelings to people, all people, whether it's the ones that you don't like or the ones that you think don't like you. From the spaces of your inner world, wish them to be benefited in life. Just say, I wish the soul to be benefited. And you keep doing that until it becomes your nature that everyone who comes in front of you, good, bad, or the ugly, I wish the soul to be benefited. And it's such a shield of protection around you. And the third thing, always remember what God will always tell you. But that's my child. That's my girl. That's my baby. You can say whatever you want about him or her, but that's my baby, okay? And so you sit in your conviction and in your power that I come from the love of God and I'll return to the love of God. And when Joni was sharing about September revealing great secrets, I don't know why, I wanted to kind of interject or hop in there and go, I almost feel like we're going to start to turn to God's love more, like this energy of the divine is available now. And it's saying, just think of me more. Just talk to me. We are here to love each other the same, so continue to do that. And no one can take away your happiness unless you give them permission. And I'm going to end today's show with you by Lucinda Drayton. Take care, everyone. It was a pleasure being with you today. Bye-bye.